Hi, hello there everybody, we Paddy from across the Shuck, and this morning it's morning over here, we have a little case knife, and it's a case Barlow, and it's one of this series that Case are doing where each year they pick a pattern from their vault and they make that pattern in its different variations throughout the year and change next year to do another pattern, which is lovely. I think it only started last year, if I'm right, and I think it was a doctor's knife. I never got that, but hopefully I'll get that in the secondary market this year at some stage. And I would like to do it each year and start collecting it because Case is one of the oldest knife companies in the world. And I really want to start getting a few of them. I think I've only got one other case, so it's the Trapper, but this is the Barlow, which is one of my favourite patterns. I actually love the shape of the Barlow in all its iterations. So we'll set that over there. This is the knife. And this is it. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at that. Isn't that lovely? This is etched in, and it's deep etching. It really is beautiful. That should last you a lifetime. But look at the colour of that bone. It is just beautiful. Really, really lovely done. The spine of the knife, absolutely lovely and smooth. Really nice. Now, I'll just give you the wee... There we go. It is the number 02867 and it's the Blue Bone Rogers Corncob Jig Barlow. Now, that's an awful lot of words for a wee knife. And it's number 61009 SS for stainless steel. So, let's get back to this wee knife. Look at that colour. Isn't it just beautiful? It really is lovely. I just love the colour of it. I like blue anyway, but this is lovely. The only thing about it is it's an absolute finger magnet. Everything is highly polished, which is lovely. I do like that anyway. No matter of a wee cloth. But I've been carrying this now for over a week in my pocket. I absolutely love it. If I'm going out and have other things in my pocket, I'll put it in a wee slip just to try and help these bolsters. But I've noticed I've even got a few wee scrapes. Now, that doesn't matter. This is a wee working knife. This is a secondary blade that I'll carry with my main carry for the day, you know, which could be anything. Today, it just happened, I'm just getting it out of my pocket, it just happens to be this, and they go together beautifully. So, now, what can I tell you about the Barlow knife? The Barlow knife was a single or usually double-bladed knife, but both coming from the one end, the jack knife. The long bolster, as far as I'm aware, was put on because the materials that they used, the wood and all, wasn't of great quality when they were making them for the everyday person, because these were a dime a dozen. So they put the long bolster on to give the blade a wee bit more stiffness, to give it that wee bit of extra, so you could do a wee bit of work with it, I suppose is the right way of putting it. Now, these were out... Barlows were made, we're going back to when Tony Meter was a little boy, about the 1700s, roughly. That's me in trouble now. I've thrown my mind now. I'm just looking at Tony's face, saying bad words. No, a man doesn't say bad words. Now, it is absolutely, the fit and finish was lovely, and I'd got this from a new company because Heine Haynes, who I normally deal with, haven't been doing this one. They haven't done this pattern, so I had to get it from a new company. I'm not even going to mention them because I rang them up and I asked them would they check the knife out for me to make sure it was okay. I was going to put it on the channel and I just wanted to give them every opportunity to, you know, check the knife for me, which Heine Haynes would do. Now, look at that. How jacked up is that? It looks much worse than what it is there. It really is terribly very... So I'm going to have to either... just put up with it. The other side's not so bad at all. That's pretty good. But that's just a Friday afternoon. I'm bored. Should never have left the factory like that. But I did ask them to send me one that was nice. And I'm a bit peeved that that's what they thought was, you know, okay to send. So there we go. That's life. That's what... It's just too many big companies doing this at the minute. Their QC is really, I think maybe because they're selling too many, their QC is definitely lacking, but there's no call for that at all. Anyway, let's get on with it. Am I going to send it back? No, I'll either fix it. If you want, I'll do a video of me fixing that and putting a proper regrind on it. I'll probably do that with a landscape and get a nice even one to start with. But if you want to see that, let me know. It'll be long because I'll do the diamond stones, wearing it down till it's about the right length, and then we'll do it in the landscape. So, get on with the knife. I do waffle on sometimes. What size is it? Well, let me just tell you what size it is. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 3/4 inches long, which is just over 14.5 centimetres. Just over 14.5 centimetres. The blade is about 6.5 centimetres with a cutting length of 5.5 centimetres. And the blade length in the right measurement is 2.5 with a cutting length of just over, well, say about 2 1/4. Just shy of 2 1/4. So, and it weighs about 2.1 grams, or ounces, sorry, 2.1 ounces. Absolutely nothing. Just nothing in your hand at all. And for, an under 6 inch, it's just the perfect wee size for a secondary knife. But to be honest with you, if I was stuck with this, during the day in the house, this is all I'll have in my pocket. When I'm carrying this is all I'll have, because this will cut up boxes. It'll do anything I need to do. If it's anything heavy, I can just go and reach one. But it really is, I mean, don't forget our forefathers, this would have been their main carry, so they would have just used this. And I can't see us doing much more than what they would have done with knives back in the day. So, but a lovely little knife. I like it as a secondary knife. Some comparisons. This is a Boker knife. The Boker brand, the tree brand, a German knife who have also been making knives for donkey's years. They're near enough exactly the same size. This is 440C and this is true sharp stainless steel. So you have a better steel on the Boker. The fit and finish on the Boker was absolutely immaculate. I'll have to say it was really, really good. What else have I got here? I'll put this down here. And here is a really modern Barlow. This is the Lion Steel Dom, which is a much bigger knife. It's M390 steel. Everything you could possibly want in a steel. A good 4-finger grip, a proper work knife. You could have this, never mind as a secondary. This will do a full day's work in anybody's game. It really will. It's a stout enough blade. And with an M390, you're absolutely flying. Beautiful big knife. But it's more of a bigger knife. That's more of a, well, it's not so much of a big knife. That is a gentleman's knife to put in your pocket in a wee slip, and you could pull out and it'll do anything for you. So a lovely knife. And then just an ordinary jackknife that I was talking about there is just a single bladed knife, or a blade coming from the one end with a smaller bolster, and we call that a jackknife. And this is a Barlow knife. So just to for some people don't know the difference. And what I want to do with this eventually is I want to come back and do a wee video on Barlows and have a wee bit more of their history, where they started, where they went to, and how they've ended up today. So I'll maybe do that very shortly and start to do that more with my slip joints, because each pattern has a story to it, which is the lovely thing about slip joints. Don't be frightened to get slip joints. They don't cut you any more than any other blooming knife. It's just nonsense. They don't. A really nice knife. Do you know what I mean? A really nice knife. A lovely secondary carry. You can take that out and nobody's going to be frightened. You're more than likely somebody's going to get up and say, "Oh, let's see your knife. That's beautiful." And that's what you'll get with that. So if you're in a place or an area where you've got a lot of sheeple who are petrified of knives, like I am in Northern Ireland, this is perfect. Nobody's ever going to get upset with this. So there you go. Does it cut? Of course it cuts. Now, I had to put a wee bit of a sharpen on it to get down at the choil here. It was much worse than this. This flared right out, so I had to cut a wee bit off, and then I put a wee sharpen on it. And I just done that with a wee, my wee CC4, the Falkniven CC4. Just a wee quick, I think it took 30 seconds, a minute, just to put a wee edge on it. That it sharpens up so easily. But now I just love the acid edge. I really do love that. It really stands out, and I'm looking forward to each year getting a new model to collect. There you go. Short and sweet. That's it. It's just a short and sweet knife. It's a really lovely knife. The pull on this knife is about It's about 4.5, 4.5, maybe 5. No, it's about 4.5. No, about 4.5. I wouldn't go to 5. But it is perfect for the small knife that it is. So, now I've one more wee bit of news just to tell you before I go. Knife Chats with Tobias is another channel who does mostly slip joints. Now he does the other knives and he's knowledgeable, but extremely knowledgeable with slip joints. He's got 1,000 sub giveaway. He wants to get to 1,000. He's about 200 short. And he's giving away 6 knives actually as a prize. 6 slip joints. So if you wanted to start a wee collection and you wanted to get into it reasonably priced, there's a great way to do it. Get over to his channel, sub him. I'll put a link to the video that's got the conditions of what you have to do. But he's only got 200 subs to get. He wants to get there by September. So, I love him. I'm sub to him. I think he's brilliant. He tells a story about all the knives he's got, and he has an amazing collection of knives. Amazing slip joints. So, Knife Chats with Tobias. I say I'll put it in the description. Pop over and see him and get in 6 knives giving away slip joints. They're not all new, but they're patterns that you probably wouldn't find a lot now, which is the nice bit. You're going to get some old knives with some new knives. Now, I think that's me. I'm gone. To have a nice day. All the best. Bye now.